Hi, it's Rosa here. And you would see that I recently recorded a video around 2 or 3 days ago where I was basically set up in my local park by a bunch of brainwashed, indoctrinated kids that don't really know what they're doing. Now, basically what happened is that they're trying to change the narrative of my life. The people who are in my life who gaslight me about everything that's going on are the ones basically trying to mold it into something else, as to where whatever type of defense strategies that I use against these harassers and these abusers, they're doing the same thing to me, without any integrity or any real reason as to why they are abusing me. Now, I'll just say this clear. Every targeted person knows that they didn't do anything to these people. It is an insecurity that started with one person, that led to two people, that led to three people, and then spread like a disease to over thousands of people who just started to hate us. And why do they hate us? Is because they noticed something in us that inspired them, something they wanted to take from us. They got so jealous of us that they had to mimic everything we do. They had to copy our clothes. They had to copy our hairstyles. They even had to copy the type of clothing that we wear. It turned into a great admiration, into an obsession, and then from an obsession, it turned into a hatred full of jealousy and envy towards us that they felt they needed to take out, which is us, targeted individuals that they feel that they need to take out. And they feel that they need to take us out because they have to have no competition. They can't let somebody who clearly outshines them take their spot, let alone see somebody doing better in their life than they are. And this is how they think in our mind. We are just living their lives. It doesn't matter if we are doing better than them or not, or if that's what they think. We worked hard for this. We were born with this talent for a reason. And these people will not stop harassing us and targeting us. Now something happened to me. So this is the first time they did this to me. So I was poisoned twice. So when I went to the north, I side of my suburb, and it's a mall that's 5 train stops away to where I live, and I went there because it's the closest pretzel shop where I live. And instead of having to go all the way to the one near the beach, I live near a beach, but there's another beach that's really, really far away from here that only has that pretzel shop. But they have one that's closer to my home, but 5 train stops away from that. And I would go there, but what would happen is that they would serve me and everything. And I did read a few reviews about how bad it is, but I didn't think that they would poison me. Now, this is honestly the first time that they're trying to make me sick. Not really the first time they're trying to make me sick. They probably have made me sick so many times without me knowing. But that was one of the times. And I saw the way they were cooking my food. And they were cooking it like they were just putting their shit on it everywhere. Like they will basically, it was like a work health and safety hazard right in front of me. Like I was sitting there, right, watching them make my food, and it's like one of the best stores in my country that sells the best heated pretzels. And they basically like just coughing and sneezing on all the food, and like I've already paid for my order, so you can tell how frustrated I am. And then I ordered 4 pretzels, so that around cost me $45 for 4 pretzels. And then as soon as I got home, I almost threw up. Like I wanted to throw up, but I couldn't because I don't like the idea of vomiting, and it just hurts my stomach so much, especially when I'm fasting. Like I don't have that um strengthen me to throw that up. But I'm starting to eat more, even though it's still fasting season, but I'm not eating anything that has been alive. But funny thing is that where I went to today, it's basically like an Asian chicken shop, right? But in my country, there's like it's a multicultural country. Like you see all kinds of cultures. Um you see Portuguese, Spanish, Russian, French people, even Asian people, like all like it's become a very multicultural country. Probably wasn't like that in the 1800s, but it's multicultural now. But how do you know? I already said that I am French and Slavic and Spanish. But I do like to eat there because it's the only local place where like they only have like a few local stores where I live, and it's just like a deli and um those types of stores. It's like when you go to New York and you see those little takeout shops. And it's like a new little pop-up store, and I just started going there because I just noticed that actually they do serve good food. And I been there and I was basically, I was just waiting for my food. And I'll tell you what, I always have a shopkeeper take a little bit of piece of paper and just throw it in the trash, like throw it in the bin in front of me. Like every time I go there, they're doing that. Now, this started happening to me when I was at KFC, because when I was at KFC, so I've been targeted at KFC, and basically when I was targeted at a KFC, every single KFC store, it's like it's obligation that you have to get a little piece of paper and just throw it in the trash in front of me. So all this to intimidate me, and just knowing that so many people are mad about the fact that they cannot destroy me, a young girl, right? And they've been trying to destroy me since I was a minor, right? Just shows how many Ghislaine Maxwells there are in this world, because that's basically what it is. Like, it's just people protecting predators who target young children. Now, and even and the young children that do this, like they really don't know. So I don't really get that upset about it. But like when there's a kid that knows the corruption that's going on and just wants to make their like I don't know what's going on in their house, whether they're getting abused or not, but yeah, I started riding my bike again. That gave me the inspiration. I don't care if it looks shitty or whatever, but I realized that the more they target me, I can't just keep that part of myself hidden or locked, because that's just going to make me weaker. You have to be 100% yourself. It doesn't matter if you feel like you look a little bit too crazy riding your bike in places. You're not. Everybody does that. And it's like people, so many thousands of people have copied the way I ride my bike. That I honestly feel comfortable riding my bike again. But it's the fact that I've gained a status, and I tend to have a bit more class, that I don't really want to ride a bike that's quite broken, but it goes with my style. And well, it doesn't go with my style. I'm classy, but um if you've seen the movie Mad Max where he rides his bike, it's the best movie ever. But it's like it's a repellent for creeps, right? Like so many creeps can't even ride my bike the way I do. And then whenever like I'm just 100% myself and I'm so real, like they either get so angry and it scares them off when I fight back, or they just move away from me and they just get scared of me, and that's a great thing. Yeah, and again, like I know this already, but I still can't believe how many creepy guys were watching me since I was little. Like that's just so creepy and disgusting and disturbing. And yeah, at that chicken shop, they always do this. They'll scrunch a little bit of paper up, and that's just before. So um, I study, right, and I don't really see the need to work until I get a better because I don't I I work for myself. I make my own money, and I do that ethically through research and all that. So if anybody wants to make up lies about how I make my money, then they would know, because they hacked all my devices and they can see where my money is coming from. They can't touch it though, because they're going to get in trouble with the owners of these banks, because everybody, like I mean everybody, thousands of people know that my devices are hacked, but they can't do it because the police is watching at the same time as well, surveillancing everybody and my hackers who are watching me. So the police are watching my hackers watch me. Isn't that crazy? And everybody knows that. And yeah, they just let it happen. But ever since I started to talk about this, they've gone completely silent. They still follow me, but when I tell you the look of embarrassment they all have on their faces, it goes to show that I should have been talking and exposing them from an earlier age. But it's like I just had the weakness of a child. So it really happens at that age 18 to 19 where you really just want your freedom. And I fought for my freedom for like 5 years since I was 14 after the targeting at 13. And yeah, so they want to put an end to people who have good families. So before I touch on that topic, that subject, there was like an African man, right? He came as I was getting my order. And while I was waiting for my order, like my order's almost ready. I have like 1 minute left or 30 seconds left. Like he knew that, because they're all in communication with each other. There was like an African worker working there, and she seemed like a really nice girl, but she harassed me for no reason. That's the protocol though for me, to take me out, right? They want me to feel worthless, like they feel worthless themselves. But and yet in there are so many African people who are targeted, and yet they're trying to target more people. But you see that it's hard to talk about because they target every single race. And when he did that to me, I did the same thing back to him. He looked surprised. He looked taken aback, and they all do, okay? They all look surprised and taken aback when I do the same thing back to them. You have no right to harass me and intimidate me when I did nothing to you. I am minding my own business. I am living my life. And you feel the need to basically sensitize me and harass me for getting out of my house to go buy myself some food and drink like I don't deserve it. And like I said, like I have no problem not eating anything or not drinking anything, because it's still Lent. Like I can survive with just a bread, like a piece of bread for like 5 days, and I'll be okay. But well, not really. Like I can survive like with one sandwich and a bottle of water for a month every single day, and it wouldn't affect me. But it doesn't give me enough. But then again, that's where the faith comes in. And I had that 2 years ago in 2023, that fire. But that same fire can tire you out. So you really have to learn the balance between managing your power in the dark side and managing your power in the light side. So you kind of do have to be in a type of limerence state, aware, but at the same time, you have to be aware in your senses. And all these people are helping me do is basically realize the bad people in society that are basically crap. And there's a lot of people like that, right? And I would say he's probably not probably, he is definitely a stalker who has been watching me for a cam no, well, you know, the people surveillance. And I actually found a sign in every single suburb where it says people surveillance. It's a real thing. Yes, it's a real place. They do this to people, but they don't say it. They not many people talk about it because they haven't come to realize that community surveillance is real. I mean, they do know community surveillance is real, but for some reason, people keep forgetting about it. And then they ask why they are targeted like I do. It's real. It's right in front of us. We see it in these little cars. They're trying to protect the community by surveillancing us. But when they see that there's nothing to protect in the community, well, there is from people like them, then they try to harass innocent young girls like me. And that's exactly why the world relies on these powerful pedophiles. And that's why they're creating these fake wars to distract us from the fact that our world is run by powerful elite people who abuse children and drink their blood, and it's all in the files and for everyone to see. And I didn't, like I said, I talked about this with a family member in private. I didn't talk about it out loud. I was still targeted, but so I didn't have to experience, all people thought this about me, people thought that about me, like I just talked about it in private, and I was told about it without me wanting to know, and now I wanted to know a few years back. That's basically the way it is. They're just mad that I got smart, and I already was smart. It's the fact that they were drugging me so that I would not be able to be me, the smart person that I am, that's able to recognize their patterns of psychological abuse and harassment. And these people do know how to get aggressive, right? They do. They do slip up, they do lose their temper. But the one thing that they all have, again, is these little communications they have on their phones where they're able to check with their COVID members, their cult members, their community members, keep them in check, line them up so that they don't get they don't have to do a cleanup. If you know what a cleanup is, it means a cover up of an attempted setup. And again, it really opened this targeting. Before the targeting, it's just something so eye opening, where you realize the people who have been speaking out about this for years back in the 90s, how much they should be compensated for the amount of research that they put into how they were attacked. And I get harassed by all types of people, right? But that guy, I definitely know for sure, he has like problem with me because he's watching me like a pervert, and he attacked me for no reason. A little bit weird, but he's probably a lefty. I'll just leave it at that. But then again, like you see, I don't stand for either side of politics. I am right in the middle, where if something is wrong, something is wrong. Because if there's evidence, real evidence, especially provided by real people, then I can back that up. But I am on no side of politics. I'm right in the middle. I will defend great members of political parties, but I will not support a right wing or a left wing, or a left wing or a right wing. I do tend to lean towards the right because they're protecting more people. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. The left don't protect people. They try, but even though both sides are really shit, the right tends to protect people just a little bit more. But in my country, the right and the left is completely different from America. It is almost the same, but at the same time, it's not the same at all. Like, you understand, because the left side, it's not seen that much of a crazy side. It's seen as like a rich side where it's like they basically just fund private companies. That's basically what the left side means in my country. It doesn't mean well, actually it does, but it's see the difference in countries. Now, another thing that happens is that okay, another thing that's happened. Okay, I've already said this. Despite what well, actually, you know, I was going to film a video, but now I have the rest of what I had to say more. Like I more shit happened just now that I had to talk about it here, even though I already had things that I wanted to talk about. So what I was going to say is that I'm being harassed by immigrants so badly. Like immigrants, like they just have a problem with me. And like I said, that I am aware that they are targeted immigrants, like maybe like a few of them. But I'm aware that there's a lot of targeted people in America that are like, that are held in camps or whatever, but it's completely different from my country. Um the targeting varies on different types of people. So basically, they targeted me because they're perverted and they didn't want to get caught. And I have immigrants just full on harassing me, and I'm not even joking. Everywhere I go, they're harassing me. I'm always nice to these people, and the more nice I am, the more that they act the more that they act in such an uncomfortable way, I feel like I'm going to cry because like they're so invasive. Like, you know, I was like I know how to protect myself, but they're very pushy. They don't know how to they don't know how to treat people with the same respect that they treat everyone else. I mean, if you're going to like it's crazy because these people, right? You look at I've seen so many beautiful um immigrants who know how to treat people right, but it's why is it always them that's doing this? Um they target so many beautiful women around the world. It's crazy. Um like I said, I have so much to say. Um they don't give me a break to just come home and basically just take a breather. I come home and I have to play my bloody rave music. I it's like so I can it's I have to think and improvise and just this is how your skills develop. It's like my brain is working overtime. And I just wish that I don't have to work overtime with my brain so I can just form my words into one sentence without having to just say the same thing over and over again. But I'm getting to the main point. And that is the fact that they are going to keep targeting even more people. And you will stay on that list. I have seen a video where there was this guy who managed to confront his long-term stalker, but stalking and then targeting harassment group stalking is completely different. It's not it's like a tiny portion of what the whole gang stalking is. And the way it's worded, it's like it needs to be more people need to add more information about it because they're recruiting so many people that it's like they're never going to get caught unless karma hits them directly in the face. And it's just sad to see how many people get hurt by the same little group who is getting them to forcefully harass me. Now, what I was saying. So one little annoying tactic that they hate that I do to these immigrants that don't know how to accept no for an answer and for them to stop harassing me is that I do something with my tongue. I go like this. And they hate that. And this is the way they talk, right? They talk so fast, and like it's the most it's the most unflattering language, but good for them. They're people, but I just want them to leave me alone. So, and it was kind of like a way to get other people's attention to show that somebody or this group of immigrants is harassing me when I did nothing to them and I'm minding my business and I'm trying to get home. And so I would do this to people who would basically just hate on me and make me uncomfortable. And like, even when I was going out to the city, or like, I haven't been out to the city for a while. I'm not going out even this week to go party because I don't feel like it. And honestly, um, I hate having to think about the fact that I probably need to get a taser every time I go out because these people are just full on crazy. Like, uh, they kind of stopped a bit, but it's starting to happen at these raves too. Like these these immigrants come out of nowhere and just harass me, and I'm like, what the fuck? And they're like, oh, just like older 60-year-old like Middle Eastern creeps just preying on me. Like there are so many other European people and when I'm like by myself and my person is over there, then they come to me and I hate it. And so I just don't want to be there. So I am just happy in my house reading books and researching. It's way better and just going to my studies. If I want to go out and bring a friend, like best believe that we're going to be very loud so that they just like fuck off. Like that's basically what I want them to do is just fuck off and leave me alone. Like the only thing I can do is just be 100% myself. And I'm still nice, but when somebody treats you like this, you treat them the same way. That's just the way it is. Like they're not going to stop you, you keep living your life. I didn't do anything to anyone. In fact, I am somebody who likes to please others, but I'm not a people pleaser anymore. I would just to see somebody have a smile on their face makes my day. Like that's the type of person I am. They always target good people. Like when I was working, I would like sometimes if I like quietly because I knew like I was getting gang stalked at my food job before and I left because I don't need that. Like I don't need to work at such a shit place when I am, I have enough on me, like, and I'm studying, I get a good better job. But just so I can ease the tension a bit, I would just give some of the food for free and they would appreciate that so much. Like they would appreciate that a lot. And I think I got a few thank yous from most of the customers I served and um but there were maybe a few other people who didn't like me and that's for targeted reasons, obviously. Um and like they basically it's not always in a group. Gang stalking is in groups, but it's also something that is strategically grouped where they are in different positions and places, but they're all in a group like thinking. That is 100% another form of gang stalking, and I've experienced all those forms, those in combined. And it's like a huge spider web of communication. That's how they're able to do that. And like time is so precious. I don't have time to do most of the things that I really need to do because they tire me out so much. They drain me because they are like just, publicly fucking with me. And I'm sorry for saying that word. No, but like they're publicly harassing me and getting so close to me to do this shit. It's disgusting. Like, what am I supposed to do? Have a GoPro in my head just to record 24/7? Like, come on. Um, like the only time that these crowds go silent is when I just am 100% me. I have no fear, and I'm basically just, like showing them that I am not going to let them step on me in any way. I'm just living my life, and that offends them. That's not normal. Okay, that you have to admit that's not normal. Um, Me being in a church offends them. Me praying offends them. Me receiving the Eucharist offends them. Me giving money to the homeless offends them. Like, it's not my fault that I am a mirror of something that you admire. If it's something that you admire, don't try to copy me, be me, and then try to abuse me, publicly harass me, start smear campaigns to destroy me. Maybe try to just be a good person, because that's what I am. I'm a good person. And the reason why I have good qualities is because I know how to be a good person. You know, I don't judge anybody. I don't judge a book by its cover. I see somebody for who they are, and I treat them with the respect that they deserve. If they can't respect me, then I'll match that energy. Same back. I'm nobody's punching bag. And yes, when these creeps, even like another thing I'll mention, when I'm on the train, they open their legs wide, like a way to respect a lady. And like most people do that, right? But they love to do that in front of me. And one of my subscribers, she's telling me that this happens to her as well. And I feel so bad for her. I can't believe that they're doing this to other women as well. But of course it's happening to other women as well. I mean, I'm younger, and I was targeted since I was a minor, and they're doing this horrible shit. Like they're just hating on people who have what they can't have when they need to get a life, get a personality, and find something to love. These people need something to love. Like all they have is hate. That's why they do this. All they have is hatred. And then they try to say to me, but or one of them, who's my mother, who's gaslighting me. She doesn't gang stalk me, but she gaslights me, and she's aware of that gang stalking. So another form of gang stalking, but at the same time, not. You understand the manipulation? She is like to me. What was I saying? Yeah. So she's like to me. I forgot what I say. She would say to me, "I don't know what that is. I don't understand it." I forgot what I said. I just had a mind blank. Um, I'm sorry. I forgot what I said. I had a mind blank. But if it comes, it comes. But there was a time where I got so angry with my family. Um, in 1 hour, the whole like everything started to thunderstorm. Like it was thunderstorming so loudly, and in where I live, it never thunderstorms. It thunderstorms once a year here, and it started to thunderstorm and hail. I'm not somebody who wants to talk about this when you get what I'm saying. I don't believe that it could be like that, but I've been attacked with witchcraft. It's probably God that's angry at them, but this time, but it wasn't thunderstorming when I was this angry, but we never know. I mean, in the Truman Show, they created the thunderstorms when he was aware it was fake rain. So I at the same look, the main point is that your life is so blessed and you are chosen for a reason. Like everything you do in life looks good. Like even your outbursts, it makes it a second later, an hour later, you get you get like a power stage to back you up. That's basically what I'm saying. And these people are envious of that. It's a spirit, it's like a power inside you. They envy that because they don't have these human qualities in them. All they have is a shell. They're wearing skin suits. And I don't mean that literally, but maybe, I mean, I don't want to say it because you know how people tend to think, like we never know, we don't know, but we find out new things every single day. But these people just don't act like they're human. And it's like they're wearing flesh. And I've only met few people who talk about gang stalking and are aware of it in real life. And these people, right? It's like they have to accumulate a certain amount of evil to be able to break through. Like they have to go through their evil path in life so that they can awaken to who they are. Because right now, these people are so programmed and brainwashed. All they know how to do is be groupies and basically just do whatever they're told. And and I actually tested one of my family members who's a groupie. She just repeat. Well, she's my mom, but like at the same time, I noticed that she was still programmed. These people are still programmed. Like they haven't broken through. They haven't found themselves yet, so that they can basically just be happy. Like because they're just living in a state of frozenness where all they know how to do is just help the elites get richer and richer and help them do these crimes that's happening to their own children. Harassment and stalking and gang stalking. And it's a government funded thing. It's a government funded thing. So yeah, like there was a little kid that tried to do that to me. That and I started that trend. I started it. And now they're trying to bring that bullshit back to me because they were watching me in my other part of the house. Basically like try to practice my harassment techniques my when they're the ones harassing me. You understand my defense tactics. So they think that I'm doing that to my no, I'm practicing it to use in the real world. But they are harassing me in my house where they're trying to make it difficult for me to just be loud in my own house and in a safe, loud manner, not in a manner that's going to disturb other neighbors. I'm not like that. But yeah, so I would do that to these like people who harass me and don't know how to leave me alone. And just it's like they talk. That's how they talk. Like they talk so fast. You don't even understand their language. You're like that's basically what it is. And they're so rude. So and that makes them mad too. So like I said, you harass me, I do the same thing back to you. Leave me alone. Um, like even at my school, right? Like I mean, not my school. I'm not in school. Like I graduated at 18. Well, I keep realizing how young I am. And but I'm so mentally mature that it's like I've been fighting these bloody people for so long. Like it's horrible. Um, but it's crazy that they're actually targeting like younger people than me, like 15, 13 years old. Like that's crazy. But it's really these sick heroes, and they come in many forms. They come in, but there's like two specific races that these people are coming from, right? Like if you see the wars that are happening in the world, it's always these people that, and they have so much anger and hatred towards these Christians, me, um, that it's like they want to kill me. And like they just want to kill me. And like I didn't do anything to them. And I honestly want to basically create a merch where it says "Leave me the fuck alone," and when people read it, they just go away or they'll just leave me alone. Like just like hashtag stop gang stalking me. Like that's what I want to create. Um, but yeah, a lot of European people as well in my country get harassed and targeted for no reason at all. We're always victims of the most horrendous bullshit, and a lot of the people of our culture, they can see what's happening and they try to minimize it, but their own government is betraying our people. That's why they're accepting more people through the borders to harass more of us and even like abuse some of the people of our culture. It's horrible. It's horrendous. They always target European people who are innocent and victims. And we just have to come up with these creative comebacks to these people so they can leave us alone. Like all we're doing is being nice to them and they just keep hurting us and harassing us and trying to act pervy towards us. So if we can offend them the same way they offend us back, I think that's going to be good. And like they get so offended when it happens to them because they know that the way that their culture is absolutely shit. They're taught in their culture to kill European people and uh, take over the country so that there will be no European people left in the world. They do this to every single race, but they're targeting so many Europeans. But like, it's crazy, and their own government is turning on Europeans for money and sacrifice, like you've seen in the Epstein case. But like I said, I'm not a victim of that. I'm victim of harassment and gang stalking. So, you know these patterns of abuse, and they just want to eradicate us. They want to wipe us off the planet. They want to take us out. They hate beautiful people. They hate attractive people. They only want um they only want to take out the good people left in the world. They don't want any churches. They don't want any Christians. They don't want any good families. They just want to dominate us so that Satan can come back on this earth. Even though if he probably already is living down in hell. It's just horrible. And I only get like a few of these people nice to me, but I don't care. Like I just want them to treat me what like with respect, and not just me but every single other European person. And it's like I'm too attractive, they just keep coming back to me. And I don't have I live in a happy way where I don't want to think about these disgusting people 24/7. Like it's horrible. But they target a lot of French people. They target a lot of people even from who are Russian, Slavic, and any parts of Europe. Like they want to take us out. They hate us so much. It's like they that's what they're doing. Like all that hate, all those protests you see, they hate us. They hate our culture, but they eat our food. They hate our culture, but yet they come here from their countries of war wanting to kill us. Stop the hate. And then they recruit people of our country to hate, to turn on us, so that in a brainwashed state and way, so that they can keep doing what they're doing. And it's all for money. It's all for fame and power. It's all for clout. These superficial things that won't matter in the future. When there's none of us left in the world, none of that bullshit will matter, because it'll be hard to just try to keep the way our culture is a certain way when it's already been distinguished and taken out. It's absolutely disgusting and horrible. And the way that they treat us in this new way, thanks to the music industry and some of these fucking rappers, is absolutely horrible. Another way that they're trying to get my attention is by playing songs. I don't know if I should mention this artist's name because I would feel really bad for her. But it's a really annoying how they keep playing this type of music, right? Directed towards me. But she's a really good artist and I love her music, but I don't listen to it in a religious way. But I know the reason why they're trying to make me listen to it over and over again, and that's why it pisses me off. I love this artist, but I don't like the way that they are targeting me with that music. Like it's enough, like they're targeting me through all the what do you call it again? All the weird music. It's like a trafficking attempt. But they do it even through the music where I don't like these types of artists and I never heard of them as well. But there are a few R&B artists I like. For example, um, I can't think because I'm so tired. But I do like, trying to think of some that are that haven't turned evil in the industry, because a lot of them I had to stop listening to them because they turned satanic. Um, I love The Weeknd's music, right? I don't hate his music at all. I listen to that all the time. And when they use that music to target me, it doesn't do anything to me. It doesn't hurt me at all. It doesn't upset me. I love his music. I love The Weeknd's music. But as a Christian, I will try to think if there's any messaging in these songs that are trying to bring any bad energies, because it is, from Hollywood, and I try to think if it's okay to listen to. But if I hear it at an event or party, I'd listen to it because that's okay. But I know not to listen to it all the time because it comes from Hollywood, and I don't know if there's any subliminal messages in there to try to brainwash me. So there's that, and then they target me for, so that I'm saying all the good artists, but they're trying to target me for I won't say her name, but you know that song, All the Stars Are Broken, or All the Stars, I don't remember that song. And I used to love that song because she has a beautiful voice, but I don't like the way that they're using her music towards me. Um, they shouldn't know that I like her music. That's something private. They shouldn't know that I like her music. And but they do. That's what makes me uncomfortable. They shouldn't know. But they hacked my devices from a very young age, so you get it? Like they would find that out. And they're trying to use that with me. And but this time I didn't like the way they used her music. So after harassing me 24/7 and getting treated like shit by so many people who listen to her music, right? I didn't want to hear that song right now. That was yesterday, at the movie theaters, and I didn't like that. But there was not much I can do. Um, So there have been people who've ruined songs for me, even artists. Um, I still listen to Lana Del Rey, but and I will never stop listening to that. But just be careful with the type of music you listen to. There's that as well, especially as a target individual. Because if there's anything that you're listening to, they can find a song where there's a little bit of sadness or negative energy and use that to gang stalk you in any type of scenario. And what happened to me yesterday at the cinemas, right? There was a guy with his girlfriend as soon as I got out of the movie theaters, and I was watching this amazing movie. So, as you know, how I survived this bullshit, right? How I broke through the programming meant to destroy me was by going so inside myself where I found myself completely. And I already found myself, which is why life was already so strange from a young age. It wasn't hard because I had some privilege, but it was strange and weird. And just navigating through that, I just found myself, right? And I became even more aware of who I am. Even if I became spirit, I would know who I am. Like that's how I don't get offended because I know who I am completely, and that's why I was blessed with my looks to be beautiful. Because when you are beautiful inside, you are beautiful outside. So, yeah, I was at the movie theater and there was this guy with his girlfriend, right? And I was watching this great movie and like I watched horror movies, right? And I used to be scared of them when I was little, but I was also curious about them because they looked fun. But once I went through the programming and, it just became like nothing to me more than just a sick mental game used to teach me lessons that I am powerful and more powerful than I am, and my mind is a weapon. That this thing became absolute nonsense, and it's just a fun little comedy thing to watch. Just to make me more aware of how disgusting these people are. I use that to my advantage. So I'll just watch one and I'll just feel energized to get through my day. So I went to movie theaters to see the new Scream, right? It was pretty trash. Like, I would say the best Scream, like, the horror movie Scream, was Scream 4. Like, Scream 1 was the best. Like, you can't outbest that. But, the movie that ended the best Scream movies, I would say was Scream 4. But Scream 5, they had a few good scenes, but Scream 4 was the best. And I like the way the characters, even the villains, were just so um progressive and just so cinematic. I just love that. Like cinema's not always that good, and you can only find that in horror movies nowadays because Hollywood is just fucking sick, as you know it. Sorry for my language, but it's true. And I mean, like we don't like horror, we don't like bad things when it happens in real life, but when we see it in a movie, we know how to survive it, which is why I like it because it's about survival, and it taught me how to survive even better. And they don't like that I got so smart like that. And when I was exiting out of that movie, like and when I got there with my bike, it just set the scene and the mood and the vibe for me so much. And as I got out, had the best music play. Yeah, this guy followed me with his girlfriend, this Andrew Tate copycat. Because a lot of these misogynistic guys, right? They always pick like ugly girlfriends or girlfriends who look like they're from the tip, or they look like drug addicts to basically harass me. And who was it that harassed me first? Both of them. I would say both of them at the same time, but I'm pretty sure it was the guy first, or I don't remember who was first that harassed me, but they both harassed me. I have couples that harass me. I'm not even joking. Couples harass me so much. It's just crazy. Like you just know that and he looks like a total cheater, right? So you kind of have to feel bad for the girl that's taking her insecurities out on me as well when I did nothing to them. And you can tell like they were probably scared and disgusted by the movie because of the way that they were just trying to take out their anger on me at the end. But if that's not the case, they're probably just a bunch of sickos who feel the same way as the killer and try to take it out on innocent people like us, and that's probably why it resonated with them. But I resonate with energy. So like I like villains, but I don't like it when they're just crazy. But like it's a movie, and I hate it when people who think they're strong try to come after people who are stronger than them. And one thing about these guys, right, is that these people have accomplished nothing in their life. It's like everything is just fake. And this is for men and women, okay? Because I understand some guys meet like fake women in their life and they just don't know. But there are fake women and fake men out there who just are so boring that they just copy and paste trends when they don't even have their own unique style. Like it's like they don't pick their clothes. They buy what is promoted to them. They're sheep, right? And these program people, like you don't expect them to unprogram themselves. Like the time will come where they will one day just I don't like break through this controlled living where they can stop harassing people who's already out of this controlled state. And these types of misogynistic men and women that like they have no real strength. Like they go, let's say they take a trip into the Amazon, like just for a joyride, they will not come back alive. They'll come back alive through a helicopter. This is how cowardly they are. Like, they're not survivors. They cannot survive real life shit like that. If they were left on a plane stranded in the middle of nowhere, they will not survive. Like, these people rely on steroids, on fake supplements, on plastic. They cannot survive the real world. But like without and they're not smart either. Like even if you had the brains to survive in the real world, like they don't have the brains. Like they're useless. And they're trying to attack me. These misogynistic Andrew Tate men and women, like it's just sad. And that guy wasn't a good guy. Like he abused young girls. He's like another Epstein. Um like 14, like if you heard. It's disgusting. Um, you know, who I would say is a good role model, right? At the moment is probably Charlie Kirk. Like, Charlie Kirk is a good hero. He died like in a sad way, but he was a patriot who helped the people. And like if I see somebody who's trying to protect and help people, that's a good thing. Like you should support that. Like we don't need any more killings in the world. We don't need any more wars and famines on the world. But it's all just to control us. It's a new world order. That is all I will have to say. And like I really don't want anything bad to happen to the people that are close to me because I love them, no matter what, right? Even if they act shitty sometimes, but they are involved. And I'm when I say that, I mean like one or two people. Like I don't mean both the people I live with. I only mean one, but like yeah, like they all know each other, but they're not afraid to take each other out. Um, I'll just end this here. Thanks for listening, and make sure you stay safe and you practice your comebacks to these disgusting people. Whenever they do something bad to you, you do a back bad to them. They like to harass me with beans. I do the same fucking thing back because I know that even if they don't see me, they're gonna see me on the camera the next day, and they're gonna take offense. I'm just living my life, and they have a problem with that. Live your life, and be a good person, and that's all you need to do. Bye.